Most of the time to dive back into a little Iowa history, Jackie, and we're doing so with someone who kind of knows a little bit about Iowa history.
Besides talking about great events that are in our future, we often have to look back to wonderful events that have happened or unique events that have happened with our incredible state. So we're talking to Michael Moraine this morning, who we always love talking to.
Likewise.
Thank you very much. Representing Iowa Department of Cultural Affairs, but also our State Historical Museum. And there's something pretty big happening tomorrow.
Right. 50 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court handed down the verdict on Tinker versus Des Moines, which became a landmark free speech ruling that originated here in Des Moines. A group of kids at Roosevelt High School and their younger siblings took the brave step during the Vietnam War to protest the war by wearing black armbands to school. And it was such a politically charged time that was a really gutsy move to walk into school knowing that the teachers and the administration might crack down on them and that their peers, their classmates, might crack down in ways that students do. But they took a stand and as they predicted, the principal and superintendent said, sorry kids, you can't do that.
Really?
So they filed a lawsuit, their families filed a lawsuit, and it worked its way up the court system. Until it made it to the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled 7-2 that students do not lose their right to free speech when they walk into the school grounds or when they walk in the school door. So the fact that it started here in Des Moines and that it carved out or protected rights for free speech for students, we're celebrating that with a day of programs Friday at the State Historical Museum. John and Mary Beth Tinker, the brother and sister whose name is on the case, Tinker versus Des Moines, they will be here.
They're going to be here.
Yeah, they came a couple of years ago to talk with our National History Day students.
Yeah.
And it was really fascinating to be in an auditorium packed with 250 middle and high schoolers, to hear them really connect. And you could see that the students were imagining, would I have the guts to do that? If the choice were mine, would I make the same decision?
Are they also surprised? Because I feel like if you wore an armband to school, you could get thrown out. I think today kids would be like, what? But they're having that reaction because these students, so back in the day, already made this movement happen. Yeah, and there have been a series of cases that have either expanded or contracted free speech rights since then. Okay. But that was really a landmark that carved out, or it was a real big protection for free speech. And now that kind of thing we think is sort of tame. I mean, just wearing a black armband, what's the big deal? When you see all sorts of statements on T-shirts and tattoos and
now you do, yeah.
Right, and so, but I think back in the 60s, things were in some ways much more regimented. It was certainly the politics was very divided, as it is now.
And that war was so volatile.
But I think students were a little more. I mean, the culture was a little more straight-laced, and so students did what the teachers said, and I think there was probably a greater respect for authority than there is now in general. But this was a real key turning point in free speech rights.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's a case that has been utilized in other courts throughout the years, too.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. And that's kind of an interesting question to pose on adults. Like, would we have the courage to make that kind of statement even today? I don't know if I would, but we're able to ask the people that did it for themselves coming up this Friday, which is absolutely incredible.
And it's a different thing to do it in person. I think now we're used to venting on social media or online, where we can express whatever we want in our own echo chambers, but to walk into a classroom of your peers or a school with that, and everybody knew what it stood for. I mean, that was a gutsy thing.
And the thing is, think about this, for those folks that are watching right now, if you had something going on at maybe a workplace that you didn't totally agree with, and you said, I'm going to protest, I'm going to wear this armband to protest what's going on at the workplace, would you have the courage to do that knowing that there could be ramifications?
Yeah. And so here's a shot of Mary Beth and John. Mary Beth's on the left there, and John's on the right, talking to National History Day kids just a couple years ago. And you can see, I mean, they were sort of rock stars, because these were kids who, I mean, they study history and they're gung-ho.
Look at that.
But it was really remarkable just to see how much difference that has made.
And we can still talk about that today, how a case started here in Des Moines and worked its way all the way to the highest
court in the nation.
So how old were they back then?
Mary Beth was 13 and John was 15.
Got it.
And so now Mary Beth lives on the East Coast now, I think, and John is in Missouri, I think, but they're coming back to their hometown. They're also they've lined up a series of events with some of the folks from the Parkland, Florida high school shooting a year ago.
Right.
Some of those folks are in town for a series of events just to talk about students' roles in protests and pushing a campaign around an issue. Certainly with the Parkland kids, it's gun rights or gun restrictions.
Laws, yeah.
So it's interesting to just see the evolution of how students sometimes are at the forefront of social change, sort of pushing for issues that eventually become more mainstream or the rest of the grown-up world sort of catches up with.
All right, tell us what's going on tomorrow, because this is a very, very popular event, and it sounds like things are sold out, but you still have a chance to participate.
Yeah, our auditorium will be packed. It's already booked with teachers and classes
students,
who are coming.
which it should be.
Yep, high school students from around the state. There's a morning session with Justice Apple Brent Apple from the state Supreme Court. He'll be talking about several of the other court cases where Iowa was at the forefront of civil rights.
Okay.
And then in the afternoon from 12:30 to about 1:30 or 2, IPTV will be live covering the program live. If people have questions, they can lob their questions on Twitter with the hashtag Tinkerversary.
I love that. Did you come up with that? That sounds like something you came
up with. It wasn't mine,
but
but yeah, we're encouraging people to. This is a chance to really interact with folks who played a key role in history.
That's unbelievable. That's awesome. So you can still watch and participate throughout the festivities that are happening tomorrow. Ask a question on Twitter, Tinkerversary, use that hashtag, or you can go online. IPTV has an online form that you can fill out as well. So you can still participate without physically being there with this iconic moment in Iowa history and really across the nation.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If people want to learn more about all the great things that are happening at the State Historical Museum, you guys have a website as well.
Yes, we sure do. For spring break, we're celebrating Iowa History Month. All through March, we'll be having history events, but if you have some extra time during spring break, come to the State Historical Museum just across from the Capitol.
Yeah.
All of the calendar events and all of that is at iowaculture.gov.
Okay, wonderful. Great to see you, Michael. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right.